And hi, YouTube. Hi, YouTubers. Guys, for you guys that do not know, we're actually on YouTube as well. So if you have a friend or family member that's not on Facebook and don't do the social media, but do want to watch us live, you can also do so on our YouTube page, which is Walk Talk with Nancy or Walk Talk with Nancy Bazille. And I usually put the link on the Walk Talk page. So do go on the Walk Talk page and you'll see the link there. Hi, Moses. Hi. So please do share your buttons, guys. Hit your share buttons and share as we are doing this live. Okay. So we have a really wonderful show, guys, for you. Hi, Richie. Hello, everybody. Hi. Oh, my goodness. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to end up be saying hi all night. All right. So once again, we have a very interesting topic. Hi, Paul. Hi, Ken. A very interesting topic. Hi. Richie said, so beautiful, stay blessed. Oh, thank you, baby. Thank you. All right. So the show tonight is one that it's interesting, right? It's very interesting because a lot of people talk about it, they kind of converse about it, but not everyone really dig into it, right? Because it's kind of like one of those things that you kind of do or you don't. It kind of is or it's not, you know. But tonight at Walk Talk, we are going to dissect it. Yes, we are. We are going to do that. Hi, Matt. Okay, so today's show, let me do my drum roll. You know, we do the drum roll, so I do the drum roll. Tonight's show is what's the color of your love? What is the color of your love? Hi, Kay. Hi, my love. What is the color of your love? Hi, William. And it is basically, does opposites attract? Does opposites attract? Like, do you attract something that's completely left or right of you, depending on where you're looking? Right? So it's like you like, okay, well, Nancy, certain things could pass, certain things can go, but certain things I'm just not rolling with. I get you. I get you. I feel you. I understand. I have my opposites too that I'm like, we ain't doing that. You're like, nah, I'm good. I'll pass that one. Yeah, that's not gonna work for me. Hi, YouTube. Yes. Today we are talking about opposites attract. Does it really attract, or is it just like a thought process? Is it something that we just put in our minds? All right. So that's what we're talking about today. So hi, Eugene. Hi. Okay. So all right. So imagine, right? So you see Tim and Tim walking towards you, and you could see Tim, Tim looking, ladies. Tim looking. Tim's like, yo, Nancy, what it do? And you start looking at Tim on the exterior, right? So me, I'm like 5 feet nothing. So I'm short. I'm like literally like 5 feet tall. So it's like the opposite of me is pretty much anything that's over 5'2". Don't mind me, y'all. Don't mind me. So anything over 5'2", you already the opposite of me. Like you already like, okay, opposite number one. He tall, I'm short. So I meet Tim, and Tim is completely opposite of me. Now, obviously, you have the obvious things that you are, opposite of. You have the looks, the physicality. Let's go into that first, right? So you have the physicality of things. I'm short. Tim is tall. I'm dark skinned. Tim is red bone or caramel or even Hispanic looking or white. Opposites, right? Opposites. I have, or maybe if Tim is, you know, handsome and I'm a little less fair. We're gonna use that word. We're going a little less attractive than Tim, or vice versa. All right, so you get the opposites in the looks of things. You opposite physically. Yeah. And you at first you're like, oh my gosh, this is not the person for me. Or you're like, oh my gosh, this is the person for me. And that is just based on the physical, based on the looks, based on that first appearance, because that's what we all look at. I don't care who you are. And if you say you not, you lie, and the Lord is not in you. You know, most number one thing that we do, the number one thing that we do as soon as we walk up to an individual, we check them out from top to bottom. We look at every aspect physically. We look at, okay, is he cute? No, okay. Is the, you check the shoes? All right, maybe he got a little change. You check the watch? All right, maybe he got a little change. Then you especially ladies, right? We go on those little things, and then we check, the teeth. Yeah, okay, he's been to the dentist at least once this year. Don't mind me today, y'all. So he's been to the dentist at least once. Teeth look like they good to go. And then you go into the more details. If it's a lady, if it's a guy that's attracted to a lady, he starts looking at the nails. Start checking out the hair. All right, does she know how to put on makeup? Or does she just be slapping things on and just go out there looking like a clown? Who knows, But the first appearance always matters. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. Like I said, if you say that's a lie, baby, you a liar. Because we know that it is important. It is important. So that's the first thing we go for, right? So then we move on to the deeper things. We go on to the deeper things that matters. Apart from the physical, apart from the obvious, we go into the inner shell. We go into that in the heart of the matter. Then we tap into that. So now once we get into the heart of the matter, so apart from the physical, he fine, she fine. He tall, okay, you short. Like those are the obvious things. So now you go into the deeper things that matters. Now, okay, is he the type of person that can, that is secure? Okay, can he give you a sense of security? Because the opposite of someone giving you security is someone that's not. Duh. Okay, so it's like, can this person, when I'm with him, can that person give me a sense of security? Do I feel strong? Do I feel safe around them? Versus you are with someone that if the cat go meow, they flying. Like, they see a little lizard and they run. You're like, wait a minute. Yeah, I don't think that's the person for me. Because that's a total opposite of who you are. So sometimes you might want someone that is stronger than you. You might want someone that is able to handle certain things, handle certain issues, handle certain dramas. So you need someone that will give you a sense of security. So that security is not just financial security. That's not what I'm talking about, guys. We'll get to that part. But a lot of people are strong in their ways. They're manly. Okay, and there are some women as well that have some strong features. There are manly like women. Okay, so if you have two of those people that one is a strong person and the other one is a weaker vessel, which is what the Bible says, women are a weaker vessel, but not all the time that happens. But if it is, then that is someone that is opposite that can attract. Because a strong person, a weak person needs a strong person to balance them out, right? So that is one area I think, yes, that opposite is a good to go. I think that opposite is a good to go, because you cannot have two chickens in the house. Like as soon as the doorbell ring, boy, everybody go run under the bed. Like we can't do that. We have to have one person that is able to provide that security in the home. So if the other person is a little chicken, it's okay. It balances out. It balances out. Okay, the next one. I would say adventurous. Let's go there, right? So someone that is adventurous. So you have a person that is just so out there. Like out there. They want to go bungee jumping. They want to go helicopter riding all the time. They want to go jump out of planes. They just, want to up and go, want to go bike riding on the mountain somewhere in the cut, like adventurous. I'm not the one. I'm not jumping out of a plane. I'm not rope walking, whatever it is that it's called. Hi, Ramon. Hi, Adeline. Hi, guys. I'm not doing that. But you have individuals that's their thing. Now, this is where I think it's a little harder for people that are adventurous versus a person that is not as adventurous. Like, it's like a double standard, right? So you have the person, they always want to go. They always want to go ahead and be adventurous and do things. And then you have the other person that's like, no, a little scary cat. So the other person's like, nah, I'm good. You can go fly off that plane by yourself. Because as for me in my house, we gonna live. We gonna stay safe right here in this little cut. Now, a person that is the adventurous person might find that to be a little a little of an issue, right? Because if they're adventurous, and especially if, let's say, their love language is quality time, and they are adventurous, that means that they cannot spend time with you doing the things that they love. At least I say that again, sister. I'm telling you, right? We ain't doing that. So you have that person that's like, oh my gosh, you're so scary. You don't want to do nothing fun. Why can't we go, jump on them little jump house thingies that they have? I don't know what they're called. Why can't we go do that? They have nets in the bottom that'll catch us for sure. We could do that one. Why do we have to go jump out of a plane? So now you have those two type of individuals that are like fighting, and they're going to be knocking heads, because you have one adventurous person, and then another that is just simply not into that whole crazy lifestyle living. They're not ready to go. So on the other hand, you might have a person that is not as adventurous, but they're curious to do those things, right? So kind of like me, I'm adventurous in the area of food. I'll just put it like that. I'm a foodie, right? So I'll try anything at least once. So you'll get me at least one good time. Nancy, you want to eat some chicken gizzards? I got you. I'll eat the gizzards. If it's good, it's good. If it's not good, good looking out, that was nice. Let me go, yeah, and throw that out right there, and I'll be right back, But I'll try something once. So in the area of food, I can be adventurous. But don't tell me to go jump off no plane. We ain't doing that. No, we ain't doing that, So it depends on the person and what they are adventurous about. Now, for me, I would say this, from what I've experienced with women and the dating process and my friends or whatever, and how they date, there are women that are willing to try. They are willing to try. So you really gotta find them at a place where they are, comfortable at, or introduce them little by little until they trust your adventurous judgments. That little fall back, that little, is it a trust? I think it's a trust fall, it's called. The person you have to catch you when you fall. You gotta give them a reason to want to go jump out of a plane with you. They have to trust you enough to know, okay, this dude, okay, let me, I don't think he upped my life insurance. I don't think he tried to murk me or anything. So, you have to get to that point where the adventurer, trusts the adventurist, I guess, and then now you're able to introduce one another into those things. Right? Okay. Let's see what Ramon said. Ramon said, Lord Nancy, you're so beautiful of the hair. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Ramon. Okay. Hi, Calvin. Hi, Tony. Okay. So you have that, right? So the adventurous person versus the non-adventurous. So we got it. A person can be adventurous. There will be two ways. One way would be that if the other partner is not going to go for it, that might cause some issues in the relationship. That might cause some issues because, again, now you're going to have one person that is excited about doing crazy things, and the other person's like, no, I'm not doing that. So you might have some bumping of the head, right? So the next thing would be, if that's the case, for you to be open enough to give the person a chance to trust you enough with your judgments, with your decisions, and introduce them little by little into the things that you're into. That way, hopefully, they'll be adventurous with you. All right? But they might find it fun. You never know. And that's why the whole opposite can attract in that area. But if it doesn't, then you know. Don't push it. All right? Because you might lose a friend. Yes, you might. Okay, let's talk about outspoken. So let's say you have an individual, a partner that is very outspoken versus another person that is not so that's very quiet, laid back, and whatever it is. If you love it, I like it. If you like it, I love it. Like not very spoken. They're just like, oh, okay, you wanna rah 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 rah. Oh yeah, that's right. You got it. It's all yours. Take it. So a person like that, you have those two type of different personalities, those two type of different colors of characteristics of love, right? Those two people, I think they can work. I think those two opposites can work. Reason being is because the person that is very outspoken can express themselves because that's who they are. And the other person that's very laid back and sarah sarah, that's very passive, maybe even passive aggressive. That person, that individual, I would say, can work with someone that is verbal, that is very, expressive about their thoughts, about how they feel. And so you go out with that individual. The only thing is that can happen, because it's a two-edged sword, right? It's a two-edged sword, because you can have someone that is very outspoken. They go out and they let it know what they want. This is what I want. This is how I want it. I want my steak well done. And why did you not make it well done? And so now a person that is very passive might get in that environment. Let's say you're out in a restaurant. That person might feel like, oh my God, like you're embarrassing me. To the person that's very expressive, outspoken. Because someone that is outspoken usually don't hold their tongues back. They don't. They don't really hold their tongues back. They very rarely hold back their emotions. They say what they mean what they say, and that's that. Right? So when you have someone like that and the other person is a very passive individual, and it's a sarah type of characteristic that they have, personality that they have, now you might get into certain areas at home, in the house, that might work. That might work because that's just who they are. That's just how they are. Now, outside, that might be a different situation. Because if that person is very, or even an introvert person, we'll cover that as well. But even if that person is very passive, then when you are out there and you're being expressive and you're being verbal, especially if you are someone that can be nasty with it in the area of expressing yourself, then you can embarrass that person. You can put them in a position or a situation where they'll feel like, oh my gosh, like, really, Tom, really? Did you really have to say that to Karen, Tom? Did you really have to express yourself to that matter? And it's just, again, you have to find that balance. In that type of mixture of the two different characters, you have to find a balance, because it can be easily manipulated by the person that is the aggressor in that area, that the verbal person, because they know that they can always express themselves or say what they want, or well, this is who I am, so take it or leave it kind of personality, where the other individual can definitely be someone that's like, wait a minute, Now you're being abusive. Now you didn't have to say it like that. You didn't have to address that person like that. Okay? So, can those two characteristics work? Yes, they can work. But you have to have a limit to how, for the person that's very verbal, okay, to how you are being verbal and where you are being verbal. And then the other person that is passive, I would highly recommend that you let it be known when you feel that you are being manipulated, abused, or embarrassed. Don't hold back of not saying, hey, that was uncalled for. Okay? Got it? Okay, so can those two get together? Yes, because one person might have to defend the other one. Yeah, you know, somebody tried them. They're like, whoa, 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 homie, you had to talk to my girl like that. Yeah. You know, so yes, you might have to get that. All right, so let's go to the next one. What other opposites? Leadership, right? Leadership. You might have someone that is just really the type that takes, you know, the baton and run. And then you might have the one that's not even pacing. Needless to say, speed walking, right? Not even pacing. So you might have those two type of individuals. You might have those two type of people. The runner, the one that is like, let's go, let's do this, let's go for it, let's just, you know, let's go do this. I'm the leader. I lead, you follow, and the other person is like, yeah. And they're moving like, you know, like slow mo, yeah. Or don't even want to follow direction, don't really want to follow what the person is saying because they have their own. It's two different ways, it's two different areas where that can be a problem. You'll have that one individual that is like, okay, well, I ain't following you, and you ain't telling me what to do. Now that means you have two leaders, or you have one leader and one that wants to be a leader but can't really lead, but because they have issues, they just ain't trying to let you lead, right? I know we've seen one or two of those in our lifetimes, right? Okay, so you'll have that individual, and then you'll have the one that really just, you trying to literally pull. And it's like, you know, that donkey that you're trying to pull and they like pulling you back, like they fighting you to come. Yeah, so those are the two different personalities that are opposite of someone that is in leadership. So what happens to that individual? Okay, so you have that person that wants to lead, and Mary is bullheaded. Mary ain't trying to be led. Mary ain't trying to do nothing. Like, no, he tells her left, she goes right. He tells her right, she goes left. He said up, she's like, ugh, nah, I think not. That is someone that you'd have to pray to the Lord for if you are the leader type, because you are going to be fighting that battle for a long time before they start to trust your judgment in the area of you leading in their lives. Okay? Yes. Now, if the person now is a submissive person, now that is your opposite. If the person now is the person that is like, okay, baby, that's what you say, we gonna go with that. Now that is, I think, a perfect match. Now I'm not saying a doormat. There's a difference between being submissive and a doormat. I'm not saying you tell her to bark and she bark. You tell her to jump, she's like, how high? No, that is not someone that's following a leader. That is someone that has no backbone. That's someone that's literally just like, okay, what you want to do? No, we don't want that in our lives, right, guys? No, we don't want that. We simply want someone that is either submissive, not obedient, but submissive enough to listen to your leadership, but strong enough to come and say, hey, babe, you know, I think I think, we need to work on this area. I think maybe this area needs to, give her advice or her input without knocking yours down, you leading without knocking yours down, but still able to communicate with you and not being a hurdle to your leadership. Okay. And then you have the one that just ain't doing nothing. Like you gotta pull. Like you like nothing. Like absolutely nothing. That one as well, you gotta pray for. You gotta pray for. And if that is someone that you are in a relationship with at this time, then I would just say, pray that the Lord shows you a different way, and or if they can change, they change. If not, you let that go. Or if you are in a marriage, then definitely this is someone that you need to work with, teach, and mold to trust you in the areas that they need you to trust them in, so you can lead them properly. Okay, because that right there, it's like the opposite of a leader in a follower is very tricky. It's very tricky because there's, like, again, I showed you like three different levels in the area of that leadership. That person can either want to follow you, fight you, or not doing nothing at all. So in one of those ways, one can be good, one can be bad, one can be terrible. So find out the one that you are in and make sure that you work within your relationship with that one. That one, I don't know if the opposite would attract for me. A leader and someone that is just completely like non-active. That's the best word I would say. That's the best word. Okay. So if the person is willing to follow, that's a great match. That's a great match. That opposite, like they don't need to take the leadership role, but they're willing to follow. That is a good match. I would say that one is a go. That one is a go. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Passionate. Let's use that word. Okay, someone that is passionate, someone that is just they want what they want, they come with it and they go for it. Like they're passionate about everything that they do. And then you have the other person that's like wonk wonk wonk. You want to go to eat? Yeah. You want to start a business? Yeah. You want to jump off a roof? Yeah. Like the two, the passionate person that's really want to go do, be, and move versus the other person that's like, yeah. The two of those, I would say, is a no-go for me. I would say is a no-go because again, just like the other person, that was a leadership versus a someone that is just downright have no drive, someone that is not passionate about anything, and a person that is extremely passionate about something. Those two, I think, really would hurt a relationship, especially like if you're just dating, you're getting to know the person, and you immediately start to find that out about the person. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Because if you're really, again, guys, because when you're passionate about something, like the way that I'm passionate about my businesses, right? So I'm like, I try my best to do my best, and I'm passionate about my children and everything else. So it's like for someone to come into my world or my life and you do not understand how passionate I am about my business, and you can't work with that, or, you can't help me build that, and you can't, like, we're gonna have problems. We're gonna have problems. Yes. Hi, Tamika. Hi, my love. Hi, Jeffrey. We're gonna bump heads eventually, because for me, I want to get up and go. I want to get up and do something, even if I'm not going anywhere, but I want to get up and do something, but you just want to stay in bed, and you want to go for a drive? No. uh, you want to brush your teeth? Don't mind me. Don't mind me, guys. It's like you have passion about nothing, you know? So those two individuals, they would eventually bump heads. They would definitely bump heads. And again, this is another one. If you are just dating and you're in the dating process and you've noticed that about the person, let that one go. Let that one go. That will cause issue in the future. Now, if you are married, of course, talk to them, work with them, find out what they are, because maybe they're passionate about something and it's just what you're passionate about. That's not what they're passionate about, right? It could be that. It could be that. Or again, if they're not passionate about anything at all and all they want to do is pretty much be in your world, live in your world and participate in your world, again, if you're good with that, then go for it. That's the man for you, that's the woman for you, go for it. But if the individual is the opposite of you in that area, I think it would be a problem, because again, a person that's hustling, that's up moving, you popping, and you wanna, you wanna like be popping and doing all type of things, like you wanna be doing all of that. Trust me, 9 out of 10, you want someone that is going to wanna be up and popping and moving and doing things with you. Okay. Jeffrey says, where is your sister? Where is Jenny? Jenny is hustling right now. Jenny is popping. She moving. She's working. She's working, Jeffrey. But we're gonna try to get her on through video. Maybe the next show or the show after. But she'll be back. She'll be back. You'll have her crazy self on and off. She'll be popping on and off. Okay, trust me, she'll be on. All right. So that would be for someone that is passionate. All right, so we have, let's go back to the physical, right? Because I don't know if you guys notice at times, you'll see a couple together and you'll be like, oh my gosh, like, oh my goodness, how did that? Like, what is this? And how did that happen, right? Like, you'll see a person, I think I saw a picture of this woman. I think it was a woman. She was like 8 feet tall, even more, and then she was like with a little short guy. And you'll have someone that is like extremely heavy set, and the partner will be like so tiny, and you're like, complete opposites. Or you'll have a real thugged out dude, right? He'll just be like all thugged out, and he'll be like with a lawyer, a doctor, like a very corporate, high corporate level woman, like an entrepreneur, a Fortune 500 company, an individual, or vice versa. You'll have, it happens all the time, where we see like people that are just completely different in their ways, and you're like, what the heck happened? Like, how did he get her? Like, I think I was watching was it Real Housewives of Atlanta? My sister was trying to get me to catch up, and I'm seeing the women there that are dating the guys that they are dating, and I'm like, I don't I don't see it. I wouldn't have thought that. Like, I wouldn't have thought that. And that's because, guys, at the end of the day, apart from everything that happens in the physical, there is something that's called the matter of the heart. Right? There is something that's called love. There is something that's called blind love at times. And I think it is the excitement of it all. It is the excitement that the individuals, as far apart, as different as they are in their ways, there is this magnetic attraction, this magnetic pull that comes, and it's like they just are, you're like, oh man, Jesus. Like, you would feel like you would get with someone, and you would like have a conversation with them, and they would blow your mind. Like, I remember there was a time that it was an individual that I was talking to, and we were just talking, and we never really saw a picture or anything. This was like a while back, and it was kind of sort of like a blind date type of thing, right? So we just had conversations galore on the phone. And then when we met, I was like, don't mind me, guys. Don't mind me. I'm not judging. I'm not judging. But when we met, it was like the voice, the personality, everything that was of this person, this individual. When I met him, it did not fit his physicality. It didn't fit. I was like, all that isn't you, And it was like, oh my goodness, and it was really, really interesting. It was really, really interesting. And that's when I knew, I said, you know what? You cannot really, truly ever judge a book by its cover. You cannot. You cannot definitely ever judge a book by its cover, because at the end of the day, what we judge on the outside is 99.9% completely different on the inside. Completely different. Like, you'll have a person, okay, let's say for an example, what was it that I don't remember the name of the rapper, but he is dating, guys, you can help me, but he is dating Toni Braxton. I think he's called Birdman, not Birdman. I don't know, guys. I don't know if it's Birdman, Little Man. I don't listen to rap music much, but I think he's dating Toni Braxton, right? So you have that individual that is like completely tatted and look like he is just hard. And like, if this dude approached me, I probably would have been like, yeah, no. I'm good. Birdman, thank you, Faraji. Birdman. I'll probably be like, nah, buddy. Yeah, no, I'm good. Thank you. Good looking out, though. Mm-hmm. Oh, you got that bag, huh? Yeah, you could keep that bag. That bag look like it comes with trouble. Yes. So that would be me, because obviously I would judge him by, his physical. I would judge him by the way he looks. But when I saw an interview with her and it was some interview that she was having, and then she started to describe him and how he makes her feel and how he treats her and how he does the things that he does and how romantic he is and how just he blows her. I'm like, all that in him? Like, girl, I would have never thought he would plan a romantic evening where he didn't hire someone to do it, but he went out of his way. And like, I didn't see that in Birdman. No, Matuesa, so it's like, that's why it is highly important that we do not judge from the outside. So then you'll have those that are like introverts and extroverts, right? So you'll have those two different type of personalities, right? So the extrovert are those that are out there, popping. They're doing their thing. They're out in the scene. They make themselves known. They're verbal. They're exciting. You go out, you see them. Yep, that's an extrovert. Yeah, right there. Nancy, her. Yep. That's one. And then you'll have those that are introverts. So the opposite, the complete opposite. You'll have that one that is just like to themselves. You tell them hi, and they're like, hi, and then you just it's just the complete opposite. So whatever they were, the other person is not doing. So if that one person is very controversial, the other person is not. If the other person loves to go out, get dressed and party, 9 out of 10, the introvert does not. They just want to stay home, give me them Netflix, bring me a bottle of wine. I'm good. I'm ready to go. That's it. Where the other one's like, no, I want to get dressed. I want to go see people. I want to be outdoors. I want to go dancing. I want to go popping. I want to be seen. I want to be out there. So then you have those two different personalities. So can an introvert and an extrovert actually get together and have a healthy relationship? It would be a battle. It would definitely be something to think about. Okay. Hi, guys. Guys, hit your share buttons, please. As you come in, hit your share buttons. I'd appreciate that. It would be a battle. It would definitely be something to think about. Because for me, I think I'm a balance. I'm like right in the middle of intro and extra. Like I'm right there in the middle. Like I have my days where I want my QT time with my boo. So I just want to lay up under a blanket, watch my movie, drink my wine, have a really romantic, beautiful night, evening or whatever, and call it a night and go to bed. Right? So that could be me on a good day. But there's some days, boo-boo, I want to wear them heels in the closet. I want to put on something nice. I want to do my hair. I want to do my nails. I want to go out. I want to go out. Oh, you want to stay in? Oh, you stay in. I'll see you when I get back. Like, no, we ain't doing that. Not tonight, So I have those moments. For those that are in the middle and you can balance between whatever your partner wants. If they want to be an introvert one day, you're like, okay. If they want to be an extrovert, you're like, okay. Then you're okay. You're kind of like me. You could balance it out, right? But if you are the complete opposite, like complete opposite, you're completely an introvert, you're completely an extrovert, then I would say that you really sit down and you talk about the way that things can come together for you and your relationship in those areas. Because if you want to do what you want to do and they want to do what they want to do, guess what, boo-boo? It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. It's not going to work. Okay, Crystal, you said, no, they're not married. They are engaged. Okay, hold on. Did you ask me a question? I think they're married. Okay. Okay. So if they are married, then the introvert and the extrovert, then I would highly recommend that they actually sit down and really analyze how it is that they see their lives as the complete opposites, and for them to have some mutual grounds on how they're going to move forward in their relationship and in their marriage. Because definitely, babes, I mean, it's a given. It's a given. Absolutely no way you'll have two individuals that are so opposite for them to have a healthy, living, excited, lifestyle. Not that opposite, not to that extent, because the two will bump heads. That's just my advice. They will bump heads because it's too far apart. Again, if they can meet in the middle, meet in the middle. But if they cannot, then I would say, I don't think so. Let it go. It's time to move on to the next, especially if you guys are that far apart. Okay, because again, it is really, you have a person that just want to party. Let me just put it like this. If you have one individual that loves to party, they love to drinking, they love to have a crazy, wild, crazy, I'm with my friend lifestyle. And then you have the other individual that's like, no, you my baby, you my only friend, you my best friend, there's no other like you. I'm going to kidnap you, keep you in the house all day, every day. I don't want to go nowhere. I don't want to see nothing. I don't even want you to see your mama. That will cause problems. I'm just giving you guys the worst scenario of what could possibly happen. And if that's the case, it will definitely cause a problem because the two of you are not gonna see eye to eye. All right. Okay. So let's see. Because you're it's like you're morning and night. That's another way of putting it. You're morning in their night. You can't. It won't work. You're two opposites. Right? And you have those that are like procrastinating versus planners. Now, I was it a couple of days ago, or I think it was really recently, I saw a person that was a great planner. Like literally pulls out a planner and they have their whole day like plans out. Like I wake up in the morning 5 a.m. and 6 and 7 and 8 and I'm at work at 10 and 5 and then this is what I'm gonna do while I'm at work. I mean the plan was like I was like, do you plan when you get intimate too? Like, does that go in the agenda of the day? like, like whoa! Like it was so detailed. Okay, where I was like, Nancy, get on your ball game, cause like, get your life together, honey, cause it was just so detailed. And then you have someone that is just a procrastinator, right? That's just very last minute. That's just like, hi mommy, hi. Everybody say hi to my mom. So you have a complete procrastinator, just someone that is just like, they don't have a list. They don't even know what they're doing from the day to the next hour. They don't know if they're going to be up at 8 or if they're going to go to sleep at 9. Like they have no idea what they know, what nothing about their life is. Those two individuals are going to have a hard time. They're going to have a hard time because you'll have someone that is just complete opposite. That's like me. I wake up in the morning and I want to pray, right? I wake up in the morning, I say, okay, every morning I get my kids together. Before we step out, I go to pray. And that's part of my agenda. But then you have Tom, and Tom's like, nah, I'm good. What you doing today, Tom? Nah, I don't know, man. I don't know what I'm going to do today. Tom, do you have any plans for today? Nah. Okay, Tom, are you going to get up and brush your teeth today, Tom? Are you gonna shower? Is that even in your planner, in your agenda for the day? Like, so you have those complete opposites, right? You have those complete opposites individuals where one is very detailed about their lives. They're very detailed about what they want to do. They wake up with a plan. They wake up with a purpose. They wake up with a drive. They wake up with, okay, this is what I have to do, versus the other person that don't know their left to the right. They don't know if they're coming or going. They don't know if they're racing or if they're running. They don't know if they're pacing. They don't know anything. They're just waking up and just going through the day, or the Lord will guide my steps. The Lord will order my steps. No. Those two individuals, they will eventually bump heads. They will bump heads. I know for me, it would get old